Hello everyone, I'm Hanan Kelek. Today I chose to talk about the difference between hunger and satiety and the roles of hormones and peptides in regulation. Starting with general definitions, hunger is described as a physiological drive to eat, and it's also a strong desire and need for food. It comes from a sensation of humans to search and obtain food, and also it's described as an excitatory process that arises from energy needs. Now, definition for satiety, it's a long-term feeling of being full. It's also a satisfaction that remains hours after eating. It has the power to restrain further consumption of food, and it's an inhibitory process that arises from post-ingestive physiological processing. The regulation of food intake. This regulation of food is a balance between hunger and satiety. It's modulated by signals that reflect the body's energy stores, need, and satisfaction. These signals are peptides secreted by the hypothalamus called neuropeptides, and they have the power to turn off or on feeding. Starting with the neuropeptide that turn on feeding, of course, they promote food intake by decreasing the energy expenditure. And there are some neuropeptides that are that turn on the feeding, such as neuropeptide Y, melanin concentrating hormone, and some other peptide like insulin and glucagon. The neuropeptide Y NPY is the most abundant neuropeptide in humans. The level of neuropeptide falls when food is consumed and the desire to eat stops. The neuropeptide Y levels rise in obesity, diabetes, weight loss, food deprivation, and food restriction. That's why we see the patients, they have the desire to eat more than others. And the neuropeptide Y promotes fat storage by stimulating eating and reducing thermogenesis. Talking about the neuropeptide that turn off feeding, they promote satiety, they increase energy expenditure, and the following are also neuropeptide that turn off feeding, like the POMC, cocaine, peptide YY. Excess of neuropeptide could lead to excess consumption of food, binge eating, food obsession, and reduced energy expenditure. Treating eating disorders and obesity can be effective if researchers find a way to control these neuropeptides. Some references, and thank you for listening.